Good salary, stable job, nice enough life on paper, and yet, somewhere underneath all of it, a quiet, persistent sense that you're behind. Not struggling, not broke, just behind. Like the math should be working by now, and it isn't. According to a 2023 Charles Schwab Modern Wealth Survey, 60% of Americans earning above the national median income still describe themselves as living paycheck to paycheck. Above median income, still paycheck to paycheck. That number looks impossible until you understand what's actually causing it, and once you see the mechanism, you can't unsee it. My name is Jasper, and I spend way too much time analyzing the brutal math behind why high earners end up with almost nothing to show for it. If your income is grown every year, but your financial position hasn't, subscribe, because what's happening has nothing to do with discipline. It's structural.
Here's what the math actually shows. Most people treat income and wealth as the same number moving in the same direction. They aren't. Income is what arrives, wealth is what stays. And the gap between those two things, I call it the wealth illusion gap, is where most high earners quietly drown. Here's the mechanism. The moment a salary increase hits the account, the nervous system registers it as proof of progress, but the financial system has already prepared a response. Lifestyle adjusts immediately. Not dramatically, never dramatically. The slightly better apartment, the newer car that finally makes sense at this income level, the restaurants that stopped feeling like splurges. None of these feel like decisions. They feel like natural consequences of earning more. That's by design. And here's the counterintuitive truth that changes everything. The higher the income, the more socially invisible the inflation becomes. Nobody questions the $90,000 earner driving a car they don't need. Nobody raises an eyebrow at the premium gym. The spending becomes structurally justified by the income that funds it. That's not a discipline failure. That's a permission slip the system hands out automatically with every raise. A 2022 study by the National Endowment for Financial Education found that income increases above a certain threshold produce almost no measurable change in net worth when lifestyle inflation is not actively interrupted. Almost no change. The money arrives in larger quantities and leaves in larger quantities. The gap between them, the space where escape velocity actually lives, stays exactly the same. Two people. Same income, $85,000 a year. Person A earns $85,000 and spends $83,000. Solid life, zero margin, zero momentum. Person B earns $85,000 and spends $72,000. Less impressive life on the surface. $13,000 a year redirected into assets. Over 10 years, approximately $190,000 in invested wealth. Not because Person B was more disciplined, because Person B interrupted the gap before the system could absorb it. Same salary, $190,000 difference. One of them is building quiet confidence. The other is performing financial stability. So what actually interrupts the pattern? Not a bigger salary. Raising income without interrupting lifestyle inflation produces the same result, just with bigger numbers and higher monthly minimums. The intervention is one decision made before the money arrives. Define what the income is actually for. Automate the wealth-building portion before it registers as available. Then live on the remainder, not the other way around. That single sequence, executed consistently, is what separates the person with a growing net worth from the person with a growing lifestyle. The feeling of being behind on a good income isn't irrational. It's accurate, because income without direction doesn't become wealth, it becomes lifestyle. And lifestyle, no matter how comfortable, is not the same thing as the permission slip to control your own time. The salary was never the problem. The gap just never got interrupted.